My name is Ethar. I'm a journalist. I work in Egypt and journalist in 2 Egyptian magazines. In Egypt, at least, the internet and social media has become extremely important in how people get the news. And I believe that in the world we live in today, if you're not on anything online, then you're missing out on a huge news and opinion and every which way how people get their news. There was a conference in United Arab Emirates just a couple of weeks ago, Women Leadership and Technology, and one of the quotes that I really resonated with me was, measuring the impact of technology on social change is like measuring love. You can't really do it, but it's tremendous. Using Twitter, using YouTube, using Facebook, using blogs, these are all ways that people now access and are able to interact. And in Egypt, if I give you an example, through just online media, we've had police torture exposed, we've had sexual harassment exposed, we've had breaking news that a blogger is in jail through Twitter. We get to hear news, we get to hear opinion pieces, we get to hear the things that we won't hear in state-owned media. So online media, especially in countries where freedom of expression is not a given, it's extremely vital, it's extremely necessary, and it's not censored. So the problem is with all the online media is because there's no censorship, there's no guidelines, there's no affiliation with any journalistic organization, you'll get the crazies. You'll get the crazies, you'll get the deluded, you'll get the government people posing as the citizens, and it's how to sift through all of that to get to the real news, the real people who are telling you things that you won't get to hear otherwise. It's also used for both dialogue and dissent. You'll find, like you just had, the Al-Qaeda's recruiting people, anyone within a foot of an internet connection, you know, they're trying to get everyone. But at the same time, there are things you don't hear about. Things like in Iran, there was a campaign just through Facebook and Twitter of men who donned headscarves in solidarity with a colleague of theirs who had been slandered in the papers that he tried to escape arrest using a headscarf. So all these things, these go viral through Twitter, through Facebook, but you don't hear about them in the press, because in the press you only hear about the crazies. Oh no, this is the awful way the internet is being used. So even though it's a mess, even though you'll find, unless you know very well what you're looking for and you take things with a pinch of salt, you could get lost, you could get fake news. It's a tremendous opportunity. CNN, every time I go on Twitter, CNN, where are you at this earthquake crowdsourcing, trying to get the news, the breaking news, the videos, the photos, the eyewitness accounts through people online. It's khalas, newspapers use it for breaking news, they're obsolete, because the news comes to us online the second it happens from the people there. So it's a tremendous opportunity. We all have to take advantage of it. I personally, I can't fathom anymore how I can be without internet, without access to Twitter to find out what's happening. There was a Pew study released just a week ago, and it was talking about how, at least in America, the internet is now the third way people get their news, and that through Twitter and Facebook, they're the way people get what to read about, because their friends, their circle of friends, have the same interests. This is how they get the news. And if you don't jump on the bandwagon, you'll be left in the dust.